Sports represent many things to many people, all of them good. It's competition, camaraderie, and fun, exhilarating when you win and devastating when you lose. But above all, sports is about spending time with your second family, your coaches and teammates, many of whom are your best friends. The memories and friendships you make playing high school sports will last a lifetime. Over the next hour, we'll salute some of our fall sports teams, but in doing so, we're really saluting sports in general. Our show, Central Mass Champions, is the start of a new tradition here at Channel 3. At the conclusion of each sports season, we'll wrap it all up by taking a look back at the district and state playoffs. Over the next hour, we'll cover golf, cross country, boys and girls soccer, field hockey, and football. So set your VCRs and enjoy the show. Right after this break, we start with the highlights. This field hockey season, the goggles were new, but the toughness and superior hand-eye coordination, as well as great teamwork needed to succeed, wasn't. Just like with years past, many from Central Mass will go on to play field hockey in college. But before they do, they left us with some great memories. Let's start in Division I as we look back on the road to the finals. Westboro ran the gamut in the districts, defeating Holy Name in double overtime, Leominster in overtime, and Oakmont in the Division District semifinals. Then it was Notre Dame Academy, a perennial power. They had won 6 straight district titles. They downed Doherty, Gardner, and Quabbin. And that set up a summit meeting between the two, Westboro and Notre Dame Academy, for the Division I Field Hockey District Final. Amanda Rice in net for Westboro was outstanding. Michaela O'Malley on the doorstep, one of the leading scorers in Central Mass. Denied, and Rice making a couple more unbelievable saves. Then Kristen O'Bannon with the drive. It's tipped, and Rice is like Dominic Hasek, sprawled out making saves. More NDA and more Rice. Amanda picks it out of midair, and the Rangers defense knocks it out. Watch this sequence. 7 minutes left in the game. NDA with a flurry of opportunities. Rice and then her defenseman save a couple would-be goals. Unbelievable play. Under 5 minutes left. More Notre Dame as they continue to apply heavy offensive pressure, and another great glove save by Rice, and then it's time to celebrate for Westboro. The Rangers defeating Notre Dame Academy 1-0 for the district title and the right to move on to the state semis. Here it is, state semis. It's Westboro and Mohawk Trail. First half, no score. Mohawk Trail's Ryan Sheburn with a blister, and Rice with a great kick save. She's a stone wall in net. Goalies win championships. It's as old as the game itself. Down the other end, Kara Dickman off the post. Jenna Ireton on the rebound, setting herself, firing. She's denied as well. And then a little frustration setting in. We are still scoreless as the tension mounts. Westboro with a penalty corner. Dickman feeds Leah Dudley. Dudley gets off a great shot that saved. Westboro's all over the rebound, but Mohawk Trail shutting the door, and we are still scoreless. Another penalty corner, off another penalty corner. Ireton scores. Westboro's fired up. They win it 1-0, and it is now on to the state finals. In the state finals, Westboro facing perennial power Walpole. First half, no score. Christine Nanaselli on the doorstep, and Amanda Rice with a big save. More Rangers D and more Rice. Jennifer McDavitt from point-blank range, and Rice with a great right pad save. The Rangers D being put to the test by Walpole, and time again, Westboro coming up big. Rice and her defensemen coming up with a few great stops early on in this game. And the fans saluting the Rangers D. But later in the first, Walpole breaking through. Jenna Cook tipping it home, and it's 1-0 Walpole. Second half, Walpole up 2-0. Erin Palmer with the drive, and Cook roofs it. Great hand-eye coordination on the tip. 3-0 Walpole. They add one more, and Walpole wins the state title with a 4-0 victory.
Congratulations to Walpole. They're a very excellent offensive team, no question. That's their strength. The turf ends up giving the offense even more of an advantage. But I'll tell you, I know they have a lot of seniors. I believe they have 12 seniors. I've got a mixture of kids. I've got some great sophomores and juniors, and you know, I'm just so proud of my kids that we were here today. We fought every inch of the way, and I don't think the score was indicative of the quality of the game.
So there you go, Walpole, the perennial power, defeating Westboro in the state finals. What a great run for the Rangers. Amanda Rice in net was outstanding throughout the entire playoffs. Walpole's Jenna Cook with 2 goals and assist, and Walpole claiming their 7th state title since 1990. But again, congratulations to Westboro on a terrific run. In Division II, Nipmuc took their fans on the ride of a lifetime as the Warriors won the district title for the first time in school history. From there, it was on to the state semis, and then under the lights at Worcester State for the state title. Let's look back now on Nipmuc's run for glory. First, in the districts, it was Nipmuc defeating Bromfield and then Quabog, who was one of the toughest teams in the state. Nipmuc downed them 1-0 in overtime. Then they beat Lunenburg, the #1 seeded team in Division II, 2-0 in the district finals, and from there it was on to the states. They met Greenfield in the state semis, first district title ever for Nipmuc. First half, no score, Greenfield on offense, and Morikawa with a great save for Nipmuc, and then Heather denying another player right on the doorstep. Second half, Jennifer Sarkeesian weaving through the defense, staying with it, setting herself, firing one on net, but Caitlin Jarvis kicks it out, and we're still scoreless. We've got more Nipmuc and more Sarkeesian. Jennifer attacking again. This time, she's going to get a little backhander on net, a teammate driving it on cage, but Jarvis kicks it away. Then Sarkeesian scores with under a minute left, and Nipmuc celebrating. The Warriors are going to the state finals with a 1-0 win. So, we'll move to the state finals. It is Nipmuc and Watertown under the lights. Great look from the Nipmuc fans. Good thing it was warm out this night. First half, no score. Watertown pressuring, some good defense by the Warriors to knock it out, but Sarah York drives it back in, and the Red Raiders are on the board first. 1-0 Watertown. Down the other end, penalty corner for Nipmuc. Lauren Coletta feeding Jen Sarkeesian. Sarkeesian with a blast and a great save by Megan Dorsey. Down the other end, Nipmuc's Catherine Michelle with an incredible save from her defensive position, taking away a sure goal. More Nipmuc D. Heather Morikawa with the save. Then, off the penalty corner, Nipmuc again showing a rock wall defense. A couple outstanding saves. Second half, it's a 1-1 game, and here come the Warriors. Sarkeesian with a blast, and Nipmuc has the lead 2-1. The green and white are fired up, and the Warriors side is going bananas. But late in the game, Jacqueline Quinn carrying, centering, and York is there for her second, and we're all tied up at 2. So we go to overtime. Watertown's Caroline Vo with the wrister, and York bangs it home, and Watertown wins it 3-2 in overtime. A great season for Nipmuc, though. They can hold their heads high and be proud of their accomplishments.
This year has been a phenomenal ride. I mean, we started our first practice at midnight, and it was a Midnight Madness practice, and here we are on the last day of the season possibly playing. We never thought it would come down to an overtime. It's just been an amazing ride. Defense has pulled us through all year long. Offense put the ball in. We had our chances tonight, and I'm real proud of these girls. And one thing I said is, don't show tears, because they should be proud of everything they've accomplished. This is state. Being at the States, we are the first team at Nipmuc history to even get this far, so we're real proud of what we've done this year.
And again, congratulations to Nipmuc. They come up just short in the state finals, falling in overtime, but the Warriors capturing their first ever district crown this season, so congratulations to them. We've still got plenty more to come on our special sports tribute, Central Mass Champions. When we come back, we're headed to the pitch to check out all the boys and girls soccer action from the districts and states. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. We focus our attention on soccer now, starting on the boys' side. Some familiar teams at the top in the districts. St. John's and Sutton, two schools with a long and storied soccer tradition. We kick it off in Division I, starting with the districts. And headed into the districts, St. John's was not the most heavily favored team. They take on Burncoat, who was the most heavily favored team. Alex Berry off the corner kick, buries it in the net. St. John's quickly up 1-0. More Pioneers. Jared Curry with a good look, but Adam Carden is right there guarding the fort. And we've got more. This time it is Seth Ebeling crossing and Sean Goslin with the header. Carden's a brick wall in net. Still 1-0 St. John's in the first. Second half, Goslin outracing the Burncoat D. Great pass to Zach Vernon. Vernon dents the twine. Now he's the masked marauder. 2-0 St. John's. More Pioneers off the corner kick. Goslin getting up and heading it top corner, and it's time to celebrate for St. John's. They win it 3-0. The Pioneers are moving on to the district finals, where they shut out Leominster, so we go right to the state semis. It is St. John's and Springfield Cathedral. First half, no score. Seth Ebeling, great chance, but Nicholas Saunders, great save. Minutes later, follow the bouncing ball. St. John's does. Ebeling boots it, and in. 1-0 St. John's. The Pioneers drawing first blood. More St. John's. Textbook corner kick. Alex Berry taking and Sean Goslin denting the onion bag with the header. 2-0 St. John's. They win it 3-1. So here we go. State finals. St. John's and Newton North. Second half, 2-1 St. John's. Mark Dana with the throw-in and Josh Kahan with the save. It's like the Blonde Ambition Tour on the Newton North side. More Pioneers. Seth Ebeling with a cannon ticketed for the top corner, but Kahan with a great save. Newton North still within striking distance. And the Tigers pressuring. Ryan Brunel getting up to make the save. Newton North thinks they have the tying goal, but no. Goalie interference, it doesn't count. It's still 2-1 St. John's. More Tigers and more Brunel. He punches it away. Newton North with one last chance, but St. John's knocks it away. And then it's time to celebrate for Coach Chris White and St. John's. They are state champs with a 2-1 victory. A great title run for the Pioneers.
Your state Division I boys state soccer champion, St. John.
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, before I came to the school, it's something you always look forward to, and it was definitely an incentive that made my decision to come here. And to see the history that the school has in soccer, all the great players that have been here, and I mean, to be the first team to do it in 16 years. They go out as a senior captain, and I mean, it's unbelievable. I can't ask for any more. And also, hats off to Newton North, because they played an amazing game and stretched us more than any team has recently. The defense is unbelievable all year. I didn't really have to do much in the first postseason games, but today I worked a little harder, but defense is awesome.
So your last year, you want to go out on top, you win states, that's how you want to do it, and that's what we did. We've just been playing 1-2 touch throughout the tournament. No one's been able to keep up with that, and now today on the turf it happened again, so it's a good victory.
Congratulations to the Pioneers, a tremendous championship run. You look at the districts, they beat Shepherd Hill, they beat Burncoat, who was seeded #1, they beat Leominster, all three teams without yielding a single goal. That is outstanding defense. Then they go on to the states. They down Cathedral, only yielding 1 goal, and then they beat Newton North, their first state soccer title since 1985. Now we check in with Sutton and Monson. This is the state semis in Division III boys soccer. First half, no score. Good bid for Sutton, but Evan Default's shot is blocked. The green and white on the edge of their seats. More Sutton. Jim Setterlund battling through 2 defenders and ringing one off the post. And Munson goalie Jeff Carlson grabbing the ball as Default boots it. Tremendous action. Down the other end, Rob Charest breaking through from Munson, but Mike Bach coming way out of the cage to make a brilliant save. Munson keeping the pressure on. Long throw in. Chris Slozak's shot goes off a Sutton player and redirects into the goal. It's 1-0 Munson, unlucky for Sutton. The Sammies looking for the equalizer, but the goaltender Carlson getting there first. How about another scoring opportunity? Beautiful throw-in. Dufault racing for it, but Carlson's knocking it away. Then it's Dufault with the throw-in. Whole lot of traffic in front, but Carlson comes up with it. Munson wins it. 3-2 is your final. And in the Division II boys tournament run, it was Groton Dunstable capturing a state championship. A tremendous season for Groton Dunstable as well. They go 23-1. They beat Somerset 2-1 in the state finals. On the girls' side, again, many familiar faces. Wachusett, Auburn, and Sutton, all teams that have been to the top before. Let's start with Wachusett's road through the playoffs. The Mountaineers, again, a little unheralded. They were seeded 5th heading into the districts. They shut out Shepherd Hill. They downed North Middlesex 2-1 in a nail-biter. They beat Algonquin 4-1, so Wachusett capturing their 2nd Central Mass girls soccer championship. The last one was in 1996. Now, we check in on the highlights from the Mountaineers. This is the D1 state semis, Wachusett and Agawam. First half, no score, Mountaineers on the corner. Jill Orchuk firing just wide of the net. So close. So we go to the half scoreless. Second half, Agawam threatening, and Lauren Matashak making a couple huge saves. We're still scoreless. Down the other end, Andrea Coleman with a bullet near corner, but a diving save by Megan Gloucester keeping it scoreless. Then late in the game, Coleman again. Great move getting by 2 defenders. She roofs it, and Wachusett going in front 1-0. Mountaineers looking for an insurance goal. Kristen Kelly with a great effort, and Wachusett is up. But wait a minute, it's offsides on Wachusett, no goal. Still a 1-goal game. Undaunted, Kelly with the cross, and Coleman is there to put it away, and Wachusett wins it 2-0.
96, our Wachusett team won districts also, but they lost in this game, so it was just a great feeling to be able to come back, and we're the best team in Wachusett history right now.
Division I state finals. Notre Dame of Hingham and Wachusett in front of a packed house. Second half, no score. Lauren Matashak with a tremendous diving save. Matashak is just a sophomore. A little later, the Eastern Mass Player of the Year, Nikki Cross, crossing one into the back of the net, and Notre Dame drawing first blood. They're up 1-0. Late in the game, Andrea Coleman on the corner kick for Wachusett. Megan Lynch coming out of nowhere and heading it in. It's a brand new ball game. 1-1, and the Mountaineers are skied. Then, with under 3 minutes left in the game, Adrian Carpenter hammering one into the bottom left corner. Great shot by Carpenter, and now the Mountaineers can really celebrate. They're up 2-1. That's how it ends. Wachusett wins the state championship. 2-1 is the final. So many clutch performances by the Mountaineers in their title run, and again in the title game, 2-1, Wachusett is state champs.
These girls have worked so hard all season. Every single one of them deserves this. Oh, it's so awesome. I just kind of lined myself up in the middle, waiting for a kick, and just got it when it came, and that was basically it. It was so great.
Better than anything. I never could have dreamed that this team could have gone all the way. We just pulled it together and did awesome.
It's like the perfect way to end our season as seniors.
Worked our butts off all year. Like, we did everything we had to, and just coming in today, we knew what we had to do, so we just did it, and I can't explain how happy I am.
Wachusett with a great title run and a great title game as they come from behind to defeat Notre Dame Academy of Hingham 2-1. And Lauren Matashak, just a sophomore, tremendous in net. Adrian Carpenter with the game-winning goal, and the Mountaineers finish up their season 18-3-2. Now, checking in on Division II, it is the district finals. Defending champs Auburn taking on Hudson. Second half, 1-0, Rockets, but the Hawks striking. Lisa Gilstrom with the direct kick. Jessica Mora redirects it. Great save by Sarah Campbell, but Mora stays with it. Boots it home. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. Down the other end, Auburn with the corner kick, and Tiffany Rotatori with a great boot. It goes off the fingertips of Ashley Correa. Couple Rockets getting shots, but Hudson blocking the net. Rockets will not be denied, though. Rachel Kaplan feeds Rotatori. Rotatori carries. Great pass to Jessica Shore, who buries it in the back of the net. And for the second straight year, the Auburn Rockets are the Division II district champs. Auburn wins it.
This game pretty much topped off our season, you know. We did it last year, came back, did it again. What made it even better was against a Hudson, great team. We beat them last year 3-1. This year it was 2-1, so it's great.
We knew it from the start that we were going to be a tough team to beat, and we did it, and we showed Hudson that we really wanted this, and they thought that they were going to get us, but we're just... And last year, we won this too, and it feels great to win it again. It just feels awesome.
We move on to the state semis, Auburn and East Longmeadow. East Longmeadow, corner kick. It is headed top corner, but what a save by Soup. Sarah Campbell taking away a Shore goal. Campbell in net, it's a Shore recipe for success. Now the ladies getting a little physical. Where's Pat Benatar singing "Hit Me With Your Best Shot"? More Auburn defense. Off the direct kick. Soup's out of the cage, but Jenna Wass kicking it out and saving a goal. Nice team defense. That sets up an East Longmeadow corner. Jamie McCauley with the header, up and in, and it's 1-0 East Longmeadow. Auburn looking for the equalizer, and a tremendous throw-in, but East Longmeadow's netminder coming out and denying the threat. Then, another East Longmeadow corner kick. This time it is Karen Seraphin with the header. She dents the twine, and East Longmeadow goes up 2-0, and they're fired up about their chances. Another corner for East Longmeadow. Opposite side, they head it in to go up 3-0. Auburn storms back, but it's not enough. East Longmeadow wins it. 4-2 is your final. Now, we're going to check in on Division III. The Sutton Susies and their road to the finals. They defeated Littleton 3-0. Always a power in girls soccer. They beat Tohoto 4-0. They run the table with 3 straight shutouts, beating arch enemy Douglas to capture the district final, their second straight Central Mass D3 title. So we pick it up. Sutton and Gateway. Division III girls soccer state semis. The Olivia Newton-John Let's Get Physical hit of the game turned in by Sarah Wynn. Second half, no score. Sutton with the corner kick. Good bid, but no dice. Then it's Gateway on the attack. But Renee Lamalva with the save, and we are still scoreless, and goaltending is still the key to victory. More Gateway. Jesse Ryder with the big boot. It's off the post. And then Sutton defender Michelle Granger with the play of the game, making the save. Then Sutton getting offensive. Amanda Minardi with the throw-in. Gateway defending, but Minardi's got the heart of a champion, staying with it and firing a rocket off a Gateway defender and in. Susies win it 1-0. They have only one senior on their team, but they're going to the state finals. And in the state finals, they would square off with Medway on the turf. Second half, no score. Medway's Christine Kofer pops it over the goalie and in. Mustangs up 1-0, and as you can see, they're pretty excited. But Sutton's not out of it. Brianna Plant from way out, keeping her composure, popping one up. This has got to be 3-point range. It is up. It is in. Sutton's jumping for joy. They have tied the game up at 1. Their fans are skied as well. So we go to overtime. Amanda Minardi letting one go from 35 yards out and getting a big bounce off the turf. Oh, so close. Then, off the corner, Minardi with a golden opportunity right on the doorstep. She rips it. It is just high. After 2 overtimes, we're still tied at 1, so we have co-champs, Sutton and Medway.
It was a great honor for us to be co-champs once again. We were co-champs in '97. Both teams played an excellent game. Our girls came out and played a really hard game. Turf's not easy to play on, and I think both teams adapted very well.
We so wanted to win, and we were out to win it, and we felt like we could do it. But I guess it's okay that we, co-state champs, because we got this far and we still won it, so it's still good.
Right now, as state champions, I am overly excited. It's a little disappointing that we are co-champions, but our team together has worked very well this season, and we have worked very good, and I think we had an excellent season.
Congratulations to Sutton, 2 overtimes, still tied at 1. The Susies with a tremendous effort, and again, coming from behind to tie it up, showing the heart of a champion, and they are champions, Division III co-champs. We've still got plenty more to come. We're focusing on the unsung heroes of sports, the cross-country and golf stars of Central Mass. So stick around, everyone. Cross-country is a sport that never gets much publicity, and you know what? It deserves more. Anyone who's ever run competitively before will tell you it's as much mental as it is physical. It's pushing yourself to go faster and block out pain and fatigue. Boston Celtics great Dave Cowens once said, "Fatigue makes cowards of us all." Well, if you've ever watched a cross-country meet before, you know there are no cowards out on those courses. Let's review the districts first, and we start with the boys individuals. Dan Sullivan winning in the Central Mass districts with a 14:52 time for Wachusett. St. John's has got Paul Noon right on his heels. St. John's and Wachusett, always 2 teams at the top of the heap in terms of cross-country. Fitchburg is there as well, and you can see Dan Rice from St. John's as well on the leaderboard. Now, as we go to Division II, you see David Prouty, Ryan Agnew in second. Michael Fleet-footed runner for Nipmuc's up there in third. Again, Nipmuc, Prouty, Grafton, these are schools. Whitensville Christian, a very small school, but making a lot of noise in cross-country. Now as we take a look at the team aspects, Wachusett won the districts on team. St. John's was second, Fitchburg was third, St. Peter Marion coming in fourth. On the Division II side, in the team bracket, Whitensville Christian, again, a very small school, a limited number of athletes, but some very fine athletes, and they topped the charts in Division II on the team cross-country meet. Bromfield second, Groton Dunstable third, and Grafton as we wind it on down the line. Now as we check in on the girls' side, first we're going to start with the individuals. Caitlin Clark, the Irish lass from St. Peter Marion, winning the Division I district finals. Jenny Farrell from Algonquin right on her heels. Wachusett, again, Wachusett, Shrewsbury, St. Peter Marion, always schools with a strong tradition of cross-country success. Now as we switch in with Division II, Bromfield and Lunenburg. Again, some strong runners individually, also strong on the team aspect of it. As we check in now with the girls' side and the team aspect, Wachusett is first, running away with the title, no pun intended there. St. Peter Marion third, Shrewsbury is third, St. Peter Marion second rather. Now to the team aspect in Division II, Bromfield, a great effort. Notre Dame Academy, not a lot of individual success, but great team success. And cross-country is as much a team sport as it is an individual sport. So now we're going to check in on some of the highlights. A jittery Andy Lacombe on camera. This is the state meet. Early morning girls Division I cross-country state finals on the farm course at Tufts University at Grafton. Central Mass team champs Wachusett looking to repeat its performance from the district finals. First across the line is Division I girls champ Natasha Roeder of Lexington High with a winning time of 17 minutes, 31 seconds. Top 2 local finishers. Number 351, Cara Valeri of Wachusett with a time of 19:22, and Algonquin's Jenny Farrell crossing the line in 20th at 19:25. Next on the starting line are the Division II girls. It's like the Charge of the Light Brigade. This one featuring the top 2 Central Mass finishers, Ari Lambie of Bromfield and Jessica Iannucci of Lunenburg High School. Iannucci is off to Boston University on a full athletic scholarship next year. However, at the finish line, it was Bromfield's Lambie crossing the line at 18:23, besting the divisional record by 26 seconds. That is huge. 10 seconds behind Iannucci, finished second. And the last group of the day to run the 3.1-mile-long course, the Division I boys, Wachusett and St. John's, the top 2 teams from Central Mass looking to repeat their 1-2 performance from the district finals. Early on, Wachusett's Danny Sullivan and St. John's Paul Noon among the leaders on a record pace. Amherst Pelham's Owen Washburn crossing the finish line first in divisional record time of 15:40, followed closely by Sean Murphy of Gloucester and George McCardle of Brookline. St. John's' Paul Noon is the top local finisher, crossing the line at 16:37. Flying through your screen in the white singlet is Wachusett's Dan Sullivan, who placed 35th with a time of 16:41. As we review the states right now, some good individual efforts coming out of Central Mass. North Middlesex, St. John's, Wachusett, Rice is up there as well. As we continue reviewing the states, again, this is the states in Division II. You got your top 3 finishers, and then you got your local products. We got Blackstone Millville, David Prouty, Grafton, and Nipmuc as well represented there. And now on the girls' side, Natasha Roeder of Lexington with a tremendous time, and our local finishers. Wachusett's there, Algonquin's there. 2 from St. Peter Marion had great runs. Now as we move along to Division II, again, you've got your top 3, and then you've got your local finishers. Whitensville Christensen, again making a splash. David Prouty is there. Notre Dame Academy. Strong effort in the states. As we go now to the team aspect, St. John's Prep, they're strong in every sport. They came in second. Amherst Pelham winning it. Fitchburg beat St. John's. The Fitchburg coach said he didn't care where his team placed before this meet as long as they beat St. John's. Well, they did beat the Pioneers. Wachusett coming in 15th overall. Now, in Division II, Whitensville Christian, again, the top team from the area, followed by Mohawk and Groton Dunstable. On the girls' side, Division I, it is Wachusett, the top team in the area, followed by St. Peter Marion and Shrewsbury. Division II girls now, it is Mohawk, then you've got they're out west, then you've got Notre Dame Academy, and you've got Uxbridge as well. While most of us go out on weekends during the summer and fall and futilely try to imitate Tiger Woods, there are a group of athletes who are following in Tiger's footsteps by playing for their high school. Golf is a tough enough sport with perfect conditions, but playing in Central Mass in the fall is anything but ideal. These golfers must often battle Mother Nature as well as the course they're playing. Let's start in Division I with the districts. And again, we take you right away to the highlights. This is Holden Hills D1 District Finals. Garrett Wenzel for St. John's on the long par 3 18th. Second shot, it's a beauty to within 10 feet of the hole. He shot a 76. Tom Hardiman for Doherty. Nice putt within inches. Pick it up, Tom. That's good. He's going to putt it out. He shot an 88. Strong day for Hardiman. Now, it is Alex Molten Lava from Algonquin with the chip coming up to within 4 feet. He'll finish off with a par putt, shot an 84. Steve Hook from Marlborough, the lefty, on the fringe. He's got the blade with him. He's going to putt, and he gives it a good ride as well. Just off the mark. He had the speed, so close, shot an 81. Mike Pierce from St. Peter Marion, dropping the putt, and Pierce shot himself a 95. Now, Quentin Gill from Quabbin is putting. He forgot to put his ball back at its original mark. He moved it because it was in another player's line. They knew and didn't tell him. That's poor sportsmanship. It cost Gill a trip to the States. He shot a 79. That's weak. His playing partners should have told him before he putted. They didn't, and it cost him. Bad sportsmanship right there. J.T. Pierce from St. Peter Marion, draining the par putt, shot an 82. Good round by J.T. Pierce. Mike Sigismondo from Shrewsbury, putting cross-handed. The par putt from Sigismondo, nicely done. He finishes with a 77. Now, Amy Shrezek, the only girl competing in the Division I districts. Amy with the putt, well done. 88 on the day. We move to Matt Hooley. Hooley was the low man, the medalist. He's from St. John's, putting very close. He'll tap it in. Hooley shot a 72. Great round for Hooley. Now let's hear from the golfers.
I played pretty good. Kind of sprayed the driver, but other than that, just hit solid irons. A lot of 2 putts. just about a week ago, I went down the kind of list of district champions and state champions, that whole hallway of pictures, and just looking at the teams of the past, like the Quinns and the O'Haras, and I don't know, just kind of looking at the dynasties and kind of comparing our season this year, where we're 20-1, to teams of the last, and I don't know, it just kind of inspired me, I guess.
I think the last time they won was in 1986, and they've gotten first or second from then, but we haven't really played too well in the States lately, but we've got a great team this year, and we're really going to try to go far in the States.
I knew I was going to make a few bogeys today, maybe even double, and I made a triple, and I thought I was going to go downhill after that, but I just stayed in it, made a birdie on the next hole, and just stayed par, a couple bogeys, a couple more birdies, and I played pretty well.
This is a course where the yardages are not essential because most of them aren't right, and a lot of home field advantage because you know what club to hit. You don't have to trust the yardage, you trust yourself because you played here so many times. So being the home team from here, it gives us a lot of advantage because we all know what club to hit. We all come up to each tee knowing what we're going to hit off each tee. And most of these kids around here haven't played this course. This was their first time, so it's kind of almost a rude awakening to some of them.
So let's review the district playoffs. We start in Division 1. Matt Hooley with the 75. Tremendous round for Hooley. Dan Thorpe from Wachusett carding a 75. Hooley had the 72. Ryan Hawley of Shrewsbury with the 76. Wenzel from St. John's. St. John's and Shrewsbury, both tremendous players on their golf squads. Now as we look at Division 2 and some of the individual scores from Division 2, Seth Goudreau from Southbridge with a 73. That's a tremendous round. Shepherd Hill with a 77. Tantasqua, M.L. Benjamin following in the steps of Jason Nelson with a 77 for the Warriors. Westboro and Ryan Kelly with a 78. Again, some great rounds on the Division 2 side. Now as we check in with Division 3, it was the West Boylston show in Division 3. They had 1, 2, they had Mike Maroney as well down there with a 79. They were great individually. They were great on the team side as well. Checking in with the teams in D1, it is St. John's, Shrewsbury, and Fitchburg, all three qualifying for the states. Now in Division 2, Southbridge, Westboro, and Auburn, all three qualifying for the states. And in Division 3, you have got West Boylston, Hopedale, and Nipmuc, all three qualifying for the D3 states. And now we take you to the Division 3 state finals. Welcome to Wachusett Country Club. This is Mike Maroney for West Boylston. Tee shot on the par 3, 18th, right to the front of the green. Maroney finishing in style with the par putt. He carded a 74. Dana Schuster for West Boylston. We pick up his approach shot on the par 4, 16th. Schuster's up there, and Schuster's got the touch, the distance. He's right on the dance floor, comes to within 10 feet of the cup. Schuster for birdie, just misses. He bogeys the hole and finishes with an 83, but West Boylston wins their first ever state title in golf.
One of us had a bad day, the other would step up, you know. And the bottom three also came in play sometimes, you know.
This year we've had a very good team effort. I mean, we've all played well. I mean, three of us have played well, and even the lower three have come in to play well. Our number 6 man we counted his score in the districts, and you know, it's just everybody's playing well. So if one of us doesn't play well, like Mike said, there's always somebody there to take the place. And we're second place a couple of years ago, and we really wanted to win this last year. And we didn't finish as well as we thought we could have, so this would just be a great way to finish, especially for Brian since he's leaving.
Well, we wanted to win today. So last year we didn't play very well in the States, and we were disappointed. So coming off districts, we really wanted to play well and win.
Congratulations to the West Boylston team. Again, some great individual and team efforts on the links and cross-country courses this fall. We're in the 4th quarter now, and you know what that means. Are you ready for some football? That's up next as Central Mass Champions continues. What a great football season. I know I'm speaking for everyone here at Channel 3 when I say we truly look forward to Fridays this fall and a full slate of Friday night football. And then Thanksgiving Day provided, as it does every year, a showcase of emotion, skill, and desire, and as always, a few upsets. Then it was on to the Super Bowls, where we had some first-timers like Holy Name and Auburn, and some for whom this is a habit, like Clinton and Bay Path. So let's get to the highlights from the Super Bowls, and a super Saturday it was. We started off Division 3A, Bay Path and Putnam. 6-0 Bay Path second quarter. After a Bay Path TD, Mike Salvaggio pounding his way in for the two-point conversion. Minutemen up 8-zip. Putnam answering back. Jimmy Hester dumping one over the middle to Luis Serrano, and Serrano's off to the races. Chad Frigon legging him down at the 10. Next play, Rafael Perez following his blockers. Perez stretching for the goal line. He is in, and it's an 8-6 ball game. The Beavers going for two. Jimmy Hester on the bootleg. Hester going for the corner. He wins the foot race. We're tied up at 8. Bay Path fans still behind the Minutemen. Third quarter, Rafael Perez breaks the plane. The two-point conversion failed, so it's 14-8 Putnam. Fourth quarter now, still 14-8, but here come the Minutemen. Salvaggio cutting it back, running through tackles and ripping off a huge gainer. Then it's Charlie Soper for Bay Path, running hard. Check out Soper at the end of this run. He's the one dishing out the punishment. He's got the Bay Path fans fired up. Same drive, big play. 4th and 3 from the 5. Salvaggio gets great blocking and gets in, and it's 14-all. And the sign says it all. Bay Path rocks. So the all-important point after, with 1:42 left for the lead. But it's blocked, so we're still tied at 14. And we go to overtime. Salvaggio scored on the first play, 2-point failed, so it's 2014 Bay Path. Putnam with 4 shots from the 10. The Minutemen defense coming up big. Dan Miranda says the Putnam offense has the right to remain silent. Final chance for Putnam, 4th and goal from the 5. If they score, they tie it up, but the Bay Path defense says no way. They stop the Beavers, and it's time to celebrate. Bay Path wins their second straight Super Bowl title, 20-14.
Very physical team, and we're just going back and forth, and the linemen are so, I can't give enough for the linemen. They're incredible. They just do everything they can to put us in there. Mike Salvaggio is the hardest runner in Central Mass, I think. And Bay Path, two years in a row, winning the Super Bowl. Can't ask any better than that.
Well, since day one, when I started as a sophomore, Coach Demi said a team motto is never surrender. We're never going to give up, no matter what happens in a game. And we proved that. The turnout today was good.
How special is this victory today?
This is the greatest thing in my life right now. Senior year, all my best friends on the team, we did it. Second year in a row. I just want to say we proved that last year was not a fluke. We are the real deal, baby. Let's go,
baby. Super Bowl, Auburn and Springfield Commerce. Second quarter, no score. Mike Vaz tucking it under and taking it in. 6-0 Commerce. More Springfield Commerce. Vaz going deep down the sideline to Julio Verne. 35 yards for the TD. Tack on the 2, it's 14-0 Commerce. Commerce has so many weapons. Verne on the ground, 22-0 Commerce. Near the end of the half, Auburn driving. Roy Courchain to Brian Rue, and Rue is up near midfield. Then Courchain to Brian Picaro, and the Rockets are into Commerce territory. 2 plays later, Courchain going for it all, and Picaro is there. He is interfered with at the 10. Under 30 seconds left. Courchain to Rue. It's the hook and ladder. Tim Deso takes the pitch, gets into the end zone. Auburn's fired up, and so is Deso. Everyone getting into the celebration. But it is short-lived. Commerce on the first half's final play. Backup QB Kevin Davis pitches to running back Andre Pollard, who unleashes a bomb downfield, and starting QB Voss makes the catch, gets into the end zone. What a play. Commerce is up 35-7 on the 58-yard touchdown pass play. Second half now. Julius Walker taking the pitch and simply taking off. Walker in a foot race with a host of Auburn defenders. Walker's he's gonna win it. Little cutback. He is in 76 yards for the touchdown. At this point, Auburn could have quit, but you know what? They didn't. They buckled up the chin straps and came right back. Courchain to Rue for a Rockets first down. Then Nolan Moss up the middle, and no Moss will gather on Coughlin Field or the Commerce jerseys because he's gone. Untouched, 45 yards to the land of 6. The Rockets fought gamely and had a terrific season. However, they fall to Springfield Commerce, 42-13, the final.
We didn't get some bounces early, I thought. You know, we had some turnovers early. We had some funny things happen. And, you know, they got ahead, and they're a hell of a football team. You know what I mean? They're a solid football team. And, you know, you can't get to the Super Bowl. You got to have some luck. We didn't have some luck today. And, you know, yeah, we had a couple guys go down. You know, that's the way the game is. We got great seniors. You know, it's a difficult time just getting here. You know, and it takes a classy group of kids to get here. And we were thankful enough to have a happy, you know, classy group of kids. You know, we're proud of them.
Here we go, Northbridge and Waucona, D2 Super Bowl. First quarter, no score. Danny Brown fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and rambles for a first down. The Rams offense, bar none, the greatest show on earth. A couple plays later, Brown to the end zone. Matt Crevice going up and pulling it down between two defenders for the touchdown. But wait a minute, a penalty against Northbridge brings it back. The Rams, they don't even blink. Brown flings it out to Adam Mummenthy, and Mummenthy gets into the end zone, 7-0 Rams. And it's time to strike up the band for Northbridge. They are just getting started. The Northbridge offense gets all the headlines, but the defense is tough, and you know what? They were on Super Bowl Saturday. Now back to the offense. With starting tailback Daryl Tomser injured, Dave Kuntz stepping up and providing a spark. Kuntz racing down the sideline, pushed out of bounds deep in Waucona territory. A couple plays later, Kuntz finishing it off on the trap. Great blocking up front. He's into the end zone, 14-0 Rams. Second quarter, Waucona answering. Eric Pratt getting into the end zone, and it's a 14-7 ball game. But on Northbridge's second offensive play after the touchdown, the Danny Brown show continuing. Brown on the quarterback draw, showing the speed, showing the moves. A 48-yard touchdown run, and Northbridge is on top, 21-7. This offense is unbelievable. But wait, there's more. Still in the second quarter. Brown going deep down the sideline for his favorite receiver, Luke Burdett, and Burdett makes a leaping circus catch. Northbridge has got it first and goal at the 5. And you know the Rams are going to score, it's just how. Brown to Dave Bergeron. Northbridge is rolling, 28-7. They go on to win the 6th Super Bowl in school history, 35-17.
Winning a Super Bowl is just the greatest feeling in the world. Especially, you know, you're a senior, it's your last game. It might be the last game you're ever going to play. It's the last high school game. So, I mean, it's just the greatest feeling to be able to hold the trophy and just to feel that you're number one. Yeah, Waucona was a good team, but they hadn't seen anything like us. They had 3 of our films, but those films were very basic games. We just spread them out, and they just weren't covering our outside men, and we just picked them apart the whole game.
It was the greatest feeling I've ever had, along with the seniors. When we were freshmen, we didn't really feel, we were part of the team, but we didn't really have anything to do with it. I mean, we got Super Bowl rings, and that was nice, but since that point, we dreamed of it since we were freshmen, and the point came, and it was just, I mean, I was happy, but at the end of the game, it was like, oh, that was my last game playing for Northbridge, so it was kind of scary. When we came out for the coin toss, and they deferred, and teams that have given us the ball, we just destroyed. When we get the ball, we know we're going to score first, and that, I think, gave us an early advantage over the team.
It feels great. It's a great privilege just to go that far and to end your senior year with a state championship is a top. It's just the best thing, best feeling in the world. And now that we can come back in a few years and say, hey, we went to the Super Bowl and we were part of this team, and that we're a rich part of the Northbridge history, and we're just happy to be a part of it, I think.
Talk about Division 1A Super Bowl, Holy Name versus Springfield Central. First quarter, no score. Josh Moore back to pass. Season opening and takes off. Moore getting deep into Central territory. Kevin Janotic and some of the Holy Name alums are fired up. Naps in their first Super Bowl ever. And now, Holy Name on the doorstep. Isaiah Keys running behind Owen Minor in the offensive line, punching it in. 7-0, Holy Name. The dream season continuing for the Naps. The home field advantage is evident. Second quarter, still 7-0. Central going to the air. It is tipped by Michael Rossi and picked off by Matt Cavello. And you are not going to catch Cavello. He is gone 70 yards for the touchdown. Holy Name's living large. They are up 14-0. But Central coming right back. Warren Barnett breaking a couple tackles and gone. 59 yards for the score. Central's back in it. It is 14-6. Then Nick Santaniello finding Victor Alder, tack on the 2, and suddenly we're all tied up at 14. That's the score at the half as the cheerleaders flipping over the good weather. Opening drive of the second half. Barnett's in for the touchdown, add the 2, it is 22-14. Barnett had 5 rushing touchdowns on the day. Fourth quarter now. Moore going over the middle to Nate Nelson. The big fella hauls it in for the touchdown. What a weapon Nelson is with the size and the soft hands as well. Holy Name going for the 2. Moore, who's only a junior, driving for the corner. He's in, but it's not enough. Springfield Central wins 52-22. A hard-fought game. Naps coach Phil O'Neill proud of his guys.
I think we were doing exactly what we wanted to do. We had a good game plan, but then, once they came back in the second half and put a couple on the board ahead of us, it was tough. We had to kind of come out of that game plan. We didn't have a lot of luck. A couple of times we had a fumble. We didn't get it though. They gave it to Central. Other than that, he made the big plays. He made the big plays in the second half. My hat's off to him. They're a good football team. He's a great football player. I'm so proud of my kids, especially the seniors and my captains. They were great leaders all year long. We were 0-11 last year. They were determined after last year's Wachusett game that they were going to make this season a winning season. We went further than that. We had a winning season, and we won our league. So we're real proud of them. They have nothing to hang their heads on. Great season as far as I'm concerned, and I think we might be back.
Division I Super Bowl final. St. John's taking on Long Meadow. Long Meadow set a Western Mass record for points scored in a season. First play from scrimmage for Long Meadow, and Ezzy Abbasi says, "Welcome to the way St. John's plays football." Abbasi's as quick as lightning. What a play. Then St. John's is punting. But hold on a minute there. It's a fake. Brian Camuso has got a Pioneers first down. And the St. John's faithful getting into it. Same drive, second quarter. Camuso gets a couple great blocks from Zach Chapin and Bill Egan, who pancakes a kid at the goal line. And Camuso's in standing. 7-0 St. John's. And they love it in the stands. But Long Meadow coming right back. Jamison Humphreys picking his way through the defense from 14 yards out for the score. And we're all tied up at 7. But here come the Pioneers. Peter Wood, complete to Luke Savage, who then runs the option, pitching to Camuso. First down, St. John's. He runs right into your living room. On the very next play, Wood firing a dart over the middle to Savage, and this time there is no chicanery. Savage is gone. A 49-yard touchdown play. It's 14-7. St. John's taking the lead right back, and the students beginning to feel the momentum. Third quarter. Long Meadow striking first. Dan McKenna on the bootleg, threading the needle to Brian Wright, and it's a 14-13 game. The PAT for the tie. Bad snap. McKenna picks it up and lofts one to the end zone. It is tipped and picked off by St. John's. Then Long Meadow forces a fumble in the end zone, and the Lancers recover for a 2-point conversion. That is as crazy a 2-point conversion as you'll ever see. Long Meadow with a 1-point lead. St. John's just buckles down. Camuso running through a gaping hole, 6 yards for the score. 2-point failed, so it's 20-15 St. John's. Fourth quarter, the Pioneers putting it on ice. Peter Wood stepping up and finding John Edwards behind the defense, and Edwards is in, 34 yards for the touchdown. Pioneers going for 2. Wood rolling and hitting Kevin Gleason, and St. John's is the Division I Super Bowl champs with a 28-15 victory. Then it's time to celebrate an assistant coach getting the shower. And the Pioneers, as the final gun sounds, celebrate a Super Bowl title.
Just came out. We knew we had the capabilities to win, and we got the trophy. We've been wanting it since last December. We worked so hard all year, and we got it done. It's the best feeling in the world. Best feeling in the world. Number one. Number one, son.
St. John's of Shrewsbury.
And in the Division III Super Bowl final, Clinton wins their third straight Super Bowl title. They down Frontier Regional 19-6, the final there. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the start of a new tradition. Channel 3's salute to the Central Mass champions. I want to thank Jim Marine, Andy Lacombe, and Jason Nelson, who shot a lot of the footage you just watched, as well as Sean Grady, who produced and directed the show. This truly was a team effort and a labor of love for us. That puts a cap on a very successful fall season of sports here in Central Mass. And to every athlete, cheerleader, and band member who took part in the action, congratulations. You're all winners and richer for the experience. Just a reminder, keep it tuned here to Channel 3 for continuing coverage of high school sports. Our first basketball broadcast will be Friday, December 28th, as we bring you Leicester and Tantascwa in boys hoop. Once again, for everyone who made this show possible, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone, and good night.